Today I found out a super cool website from a game designer at Hello Kitty Island Adventure called Lars Brady. Here's his about me. Hi there, I'm Lars, narrative and level designer. I've worked in the industry for 4+ years, making lovable, emotionally compelling games. Recently I worked with Sunblink Entertainment to create 2 incredible AA titles. That's interesting. We usually talk about AAAs and indie and nothing in the middle, and I really appreciate this AA thing. Both are light-hearted multiplayer games that entertain players long past release. And the other one is actually Heroish, that is the previous game by Sunblink. And he tells us everything that he did for the game and goes into a lot of details of the quests and everything. So let's go through that, we'll have a lot of fun. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a mix of adventure and maintenance. Explore the island, fix up the park and keep the residents happy. Complete smaller, low-stakes chores, giving gifts, collecting resources, catching creatures to level up your friendship with the NPCs, which unlocks bigger quests and items that facilitate player self-expression, furniture and clothing. For this project I created story missions, gameplay features, cutscenes, and more. My specialty was narrative design. Check out a detailed list of the mechanics and quests I built below. So this is all on his website for like his portfolio. Comic relief plus bonus heavy metal comedy show. Hangyodon is my favorite Sanrio character, so turning him into a hapless comedian was a dream come true. In particular, I love the narrative structure of this quest. During the comedy show, the player delivers the punchlines, and some answers are correct and some are wrong. But importantly, the wrong answers are still written to be funny. That way, no matter what you choose, the crowd laughs and Hangyodon finds his courage. I designed this section and wrote all the jokes, and I'm very happy with the final result. And if you want to re-see all of that, he has actually videos of these quests on the website. If you haven't had enough Hangyodon in your life, you're in luck. After the first comedy show was a smash hit, I created another one. This time it features Redsco and all the jokes refers to classic metal bands. As a metalhead, creating this event was a really special opportunity. Naturally, Sanrio has strict rules about how their characters are used, so we're thrilled to see they supported such a silly idea like heavy metal themed comedy show. So I wrote all the jokes to be family friendly and hopefully still even funny if you don't like metal music. And I agree, it was super funny, and even if I was not into metal music, I really could relate, so that was really nice. The next quest they worked on is Reef Revival and Recycling Plan Mechanic. Who doesn't love trash? Since Friendship Island has been totally abandoned, the ocean was filled with detritus. Fortunately, Keropi discovers the recycling plant which gobbles up trash and turns it into useful items. For this quest and mechanic, it was nice to create something uplifting and environmentally friendly for the game. Plus, the game system can be enjoyed long after the initial quest is completed. The trash essentially acts as a currency, which be turned into a variety of items, including dye, coral spores, and coral keys. This gives the player a reason to continue collecting trash after the quest. Dye is used to change clothing color, and spores are used to grow corals, which decorates Rainbow Reef. Each type of coral attracts a different fish. So this is what it is about. So this is to attract fish, also to fish them outside. I think that Chelsea said that the fish underwater, actually they're just for beauty and not reflecting. Actually, we cannot fish them, but does that mean that we can actually fish them outside? This is something I really need to clarify with Chelsea actually. Let's finish this. Also, the radiant chests are scattered all over the island, so by the time the player completes the mission, they will likely have spotted one they wanted to unlock, or all of them, basically. The next quest is Ice Cream Social. People say the trick to selling ice cream is location, location, location. Sadly, Pompompurin doesn't have this advantage since he set up shop in the middle of the desert, which may be a good location for ice cream, but nobody has heard that he is open for business. This is a standard mid-sized quest that I created for Pompompurin, a beloved character who needed more attention at the time of development. I tried to place each sign in a novel location, and interestingly, you can skip posting the sign altogether by telling Pompompurin to post them himself. You get a worse price, but the quest is completed immediately. I was trying to add a bit more agency for the player. This is interesting. I mostly had people asking me what is these things good for, but I did not know you could actually not do that. Next is swimming lessons. Some of the most pleasant mission in the game involves just chilling out with the Sanrio characters. In this mid-sized mission that I created, you teach Retsuko how to swim and help her overcome her fear of water. It's not complex, but it provides a nice opportunity for the player to bond with Retsuko and Pochako since the theme of the game is friendship. I agree, this was a very cool quest. I really liked it. The next up is a challenging rescue and Top Hat character. This is one of the main things, guys. Throughout the main story, Top Hat and Big Challenges are a perfect pair. Top Hat serves as a head and Big Challenges serves as the heart. Top Hat is the logical but anxious supercomputer and Big Challenges is the dreamer who frequently gets his head stuck in the clouds. This concept was created by Sanrio writers of their YouTube show, and the lead designer at Sunblink early in the project. However, midway through development, both parties stopped working for the company and I was able to help shepherd their story to the finish as de facto narrative designer. I created all their major cutscenes and the game's final quest, a challenging rescue, and wrote a huge chunk of their dialogue. Top Hat was an original character created by Sunblink internally, and I'm grateful that Sanrio let us try something so novel. Similarly, Big Challenges was an alligator created by Sanrio who hadn't been used since the 80s. It was a privilege having both of them serve as the main character of the story. Fun fact, even though I wasn't allowed to write them outright gay, they were lovers in my headcanon. I tried to emphasize their devotion in the dialogue. OMG! Sorry, I'm still not over it. For the challenging rescue. During this epic finale, player free Big Challenges from his icy prison and more importantly learn about the source of conflict between him and Top Hat. I wrote and designed this quest and I'm particularly pleased with the final story. There's no evil villain or perfect hero, instead it's just an argument between friends who both share blame. Sure, Big Challenges should have never tried climbing Icy Peak alone after Top Hat refused, but perhaps they could have climbed it with their strengths combined if only Top Hat gave it a try. I really like that. Most of the issue is not a villain, but mostly like misunderstanding and miscommunication, and all of that is learning moment for communication and trust and everything, and it's also visible with the Heart of the Island quest specifically, and I really like this theme, not like fighting evil but fighting our own battles, and it's really more some things that all of us can relate in our daily lives and not like the big bad villain that we all need to fight. The next one is Keep It Real. Nothing fancy here, the game's fishing mechanic is not complex, so when building the tutorial I wanted to get out of the player's way and just let them start catching stuff. Truthfully, I wish the mechanic was a bit more interesting. I'm happy it's not too complicated, knowing how many fish we need to fish to get all the fishing things. Now with luck it will maybe help a lot, but since you need to be best friends with Kiki and Lala to get the luck factor, I guess that you will already have done a lot of fishing by then. The next is daily and weekly quest mechanics. Why not very sexy, daily and weekly quests are a key feature for player retention. They are easy little chores that offer simply prizes, and sometimes players don't want to get sucked into an hour-long story quest. So when creating this system, I tried hard to add as much flavor as I could with the tasks, names and description. And the last one is Seahorse Racing mechanic. Pick a horse, any horse. All it costs is one game ticket and everybody gets a prize, even the third place. I created this minigame as a way to add more life to the Rainbow Reef. Game tickets are unlocked regularly, so the player is encouraged to regularly visit the Seahorse Racing. Minigames like this are neat because they can be replayed over and over again, but aren't quite as tedious as other daily activities like gifting or collecting resources. So this is very interesting. I'm wondering if all the other quests have been done by other people or if this is just a selection. I feel like he did not do all of the quests, so that's really interesting. Last time we saw that the furnitures are done by different people, the furniture series, and then apparently the quests are also done by various different peoples. So that is very interesting to know. So I'm so happy that I found Lars Brady portfolio and I found him on X. So I hope that you enjoy seeing this behind the scene, and for more of that I have a couple of videos here about specifically the game art that is being used in ArtStation by people as their portfolio. So click on there, see you there, bye bye!